Hello and welcome to Shikara Academy's UPSC Mains PYQ series. In this series, we will be discussing all the GS Mains questions asked by UPSC from the year 2013 to 2024. Today is our day 16. Let's begin. Now, this particular question was asked by UPSC in 2024 General Studies Paper 1. What is a twister? Why are the majority of twisters observed in areas around the Gulf of Mexico? A 15-mark question that needs to be answered in 250 words. So, mapping it with these labels, we see that it has been asked from the subject of geography and the topic is important geophysical phenomena, that is the twister. Now, discussing the approach we'll be taking is the tried and tested introduction body conclusion approach, IBC approach. So, in introduction, we describe what is a twister. We briefly describe a twister, then link it with the body. Linking with the body, okay, by a connecting line, and we will say that we will give the line that why majority of the twisters are happening in the Gulf of Mexico only, okay. And then in body, we address the demand of the question. That is, it's a 15-mark question, so we will have to be a more descriptive. We have to write a detailed account on the formation as well as the characteristics of twisters. Then we give the reasons why most twisters are observed in around Gulf of Mexico. Then in conclusion, we summarize the answer and write the significance or the way forward. Now, a twister, commonly known as tornado, is one of nature's most violent atmospheric phenomena. It is a rapidly rotating, so we have described a twister and now we give the definition. It is a rapidly rotating column of air that extends from the base of the thunderstorm down to the ground, often visible as a funnel-shaped cloud. So, this funnel shape is the keyword. While tornadoes can occur in many parts of the world, the majority are observed in the United States, especially areas surrounding the Gulf of Mexico. So, this will be our connecting line. In this, we are just highlighting that what the examiner will come across the body of the answer. Okay. Now, entering the body of the answer, we describe the twister. We write about twisters in detail. So, we write about the twister, their characteristics. So, a twister is informal term is a tornado, a violently rotating column of air connecting thunderstorm to the ground. Characteristics being a funnel-shaped cloud, intense wind speeds, and narrow and destructive path. Okay, the tornadoes or these twisters are very, very destructive in nature. Tornadoes typically last for few minutes to an hour and can cause extensive damage to the property and infrastructure. So, the duration, few minutes to an hour, okay, and they are rated. So, how are we able to measure the intensity of these tornadoes? Some are of a lesser intensity, some are of a higher intensity. So, they are rated on the enhanced Shuhita scale from EF0, that is the weakest, to EF5, that is the most destructive type. Okay. Now, we learn about the formation of twister, how a tornado formation takes place. So, we draw a simple diagram in which the cold air is descending and there is the hot air is surrounding, it is going up in circular or rotational path. Okay. There is, and this condensation funnel, this funnel shape is very important. Okay. Tornadoes are mainly in supercell thunderstorms, which feature a rotating upward updraft, that is mesocyclone. So, we can see this is a rotating updraft, that is the warm air is rotating and rising. So, we call it also a mesocyclone. What are the key ingredients? What are the basic requirements for this tornado or twister to develop? So, key ingredients include warm moist air near the surface, cold dry air aloft, that is above, then wind shear, that is variation in wind speed and direction with height. Then we have atmospheric instability that allows the air to rise rapidly. Now we have to discuss the factors, the reasons why the twisters formation around more and more twister formation occurs around the Gulf of Mexico. So we will be discussing the geographical and climate factors. Number one is the proximity to warm ocean waters. Okay, the Gulf of Mexico supplies continuous stream of warm, moist air, which is crucial for thunderstorm and tornado development. So this Gulf of Mexico is present in a tropical region. In tropical region, we know it has warm ocean waters. Then clash of air masses. The region frequently experiences the collision of warm and moist air from Gulf with cold, dry air descending from Rockies or Canada. So from Canada or from the north, the cold air comes, and from the Gulf of Mexico, the warm, moisture-rich air it comes, and they clash. This sharp temperature and humidity contrast creates a strong atmospheric instability. So this clash of the two air masses, that is the warm air mass and warm and moist air mass, and the cold dry air mass, it creates the atmospheric instability that is ideal for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. Then we have the jet stream influence. The jet stream, a high altitude, fast moving air current, often dips southwards over this area, enhancing wind shear and further promoting tornado formation. Then we have the flat terrain. The central US, including the areas around Gulf of Mexico, the features are the very flat landscape, that the Great Plains of North America and the Mississippi Valley, that allows air mass to meet without obstruction, increasing the likelihoods of severe weather. So if the plains are there, so if the landscape is plain, no mountains, no hilly and no plateau is there, so the air masses, they will clash easily without any obstruction provided by the mountains. Okay, so if the clash is more intense, then more atmospheric instability will be there. Then we can also see the factors as seasonal patterns. Tornado activities peaks in spring and early summer when these atmospheric conditions most frequently align. So we have also talked about the seasonal factor. Then in conclusion, we summarize the answer that we have written. Okay, we had described the tornadoes, then we will summarize the factors, and later on we write a significance or a way forward or forward looking line. So twisters or tornadoes are rapidly rotating columns of air that form under specific atmospheric conditions. The majority of the twisters are observed in areas around Gulf of Mexico due to the unique convergence of warm, moist air from Gulf and cold, dry air from north, favorable jet stream patterns and flat terrain. All these factors combine to make the central USA, especially the Tornado Alley, the most tornado prone region in the world. So USA is the most tornado prone country in the entire world. Now, understanding these mechanisms is vital for preparedness and risk mitigation in the affected area. So this is our forward looking line. Okay, so we conclude with this particular line. We end the answer with a forward looking line. Okay, so the PDF of this model answer will be available to you on Shikara Academy's Telegram channel as well as WhatsApp channel. Thank you.